Good morning, everyone. It's time once again for our weekly visit with Dan Yagi from Ag Performance of Buffalo Center in Ormsby. Good morning and Happy New Year there, Danny boy.
Rolls, Happy New Year. I love your tie. But it looks like a Hawkeye tie, is it?
Well, yeah, well, not quite, but I got to get.
Do I got the right colors?
Well, you got the right colors, yeah.
So I'm colorblind.
Well, I don't have a Hawkeye insignia on this particular tie.
That's
here.
good. I'm a Clones fan, so it does look good, though. You look sharp in a tie.
Well, you got to dress for success, my friend.
That's right. I guess that's why I got to work on it a little bit.
That's right. Well, here we are, 2024. Let's take a quick look back at the year 2023, and it was quite an interesting year in 2023, wasn't it?
I think the best way, it was a wild ride. Mm-hmm. It's probably the wildest years. I think it turned out for our area very good. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that, but Jesus, how many times did we think, am I going to have a crop? Mm-hmm. We had those 2 or 3 inch rains, at least in Buffalo Center here, twice during the year, soakers, that we were so dry that I think that's where our yields really came in. And then we had that one late bigger rain on the beans. Of course, we always need that August rain for the beans. But everybody in this, I've had people at I didn't, but I've had people at record corn yields in this area. That's unbelievable. I haven't heard the beans because I think everybody was 10 down on beans, maybe even more than that. The guys, we do a lot of federal crops, so I kind of know that side of it. Right. But I'm also shocked, too. Our federal crops spread in 3 different states. We have all over the place. But honestly, we have probably some more claims than we've had in 3-4 years.
I'll believe it.
Yeah, there is some areas just all over the place. I really think. Nothing, I don't want to go against reports and stuff. Not saying the yields are terrible. I'm not saying that. But I still don't believe the yields are that high. I don't. Mm-hmm. The forecast is right now, beans have more of an upper than corn does. Yeah, it might be, and we're really dry into next year. But forget even that. I still feel in my heart from all the yields I've seen, corn has as much advantage going up as beans does. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying we're going to see $6-7 again. $5.50 corn cash here. I honestly think we're going to see it. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a marketer, but it's my gut feeling traveling all over the place. Beans back to $13.50 to $14.50. I really think we can get there as a cash bid in this area. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying guys should always hold. My beans are gone already. I got all my corn left over. If anything, then I should have kept if I believed it. I had a gut feeling I wanted to get rid of it, on that side of it.
Mm-hmm. And, throughout the year, you and I talked about how a difference of 100 miles has been here. Some places, like right here, Blue Earth, Buffalo Center, it was really good. But you get over by Northwood, Osage, not so good, wasn't it?
No, it isn't. Actually, you start getting over by Lake Mills, it does start dropping off in some of those areas. Poor guys just didn't get the rain over in that area. You take I was just yesterday over the Springfield area, Spring Valley area, and Minnesota, and they were really dry. Mm-hmm. I mean, really dry. Where I had a guy at irrigation, which surprised me, not a lot in that area, but he had basically 250, 260, but he had another field do 80. Mm-hmm. And that's good dirt over there. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of mixture of sand, but there's good dirt. It's been years since I've heard those yields over there. But again, they had good federal crop, and I asked a lot of guys that. That's why federal crop is so important, at least the 80-85% I still believe in. Because if you can buy enough federal crop to cover whatever expenses to put your crop in, with all those expenses and family living, if you're taking it out of there, I can guarantee guys, unless they go on a spending spree, they're not going to lose money. And what other business can you do that in? Mm-hmm. And that federal crop's coming up for guys. Mm-hmm. Really do that. Figure out your expenses before you go in. If I pick the 80% level, 85 or 75, which one covers that number? Do I want to cover a little above? My operation, I always picked 85 and 150, $200. I was pretty much guaranteed worst case scenario. I wanted to go a lot higher than that, on that part. But everybody's different where their number's at. This other guy would pick only 70, just make sure he's at break even. Mm-hmm. And that's fine too. I just think a little different. I want to make sure I got a profit. But not everybody can do that. We had a lot higher spring prices last year to do that too. Mm-hmm. Flows are tough this year.
All right, if anyone has any questions or comments about anything, yes, anything you and I talk about on a weekly basis, people know when you and I are going to start laughing here. How do they get a hold of you, Dan?
Rice, I don't think it's anything. Call me at 641-562-2370.
He's got a cheat sheet over here. He's reading the numbers off this time. I thought you had them memorized by now, Danny boy.
I'm getting old. I'm 60. Maybe my memory loss is starting to happen here.
I hope not.
I hope not either.
All right, Dan, have a great week. We'll talk again next week.
Happy New Year's, Rice.
All right, very good. And we've been visiting with Dan Yagi from Ag Performance of Buffalo Center in Ormsby.